Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to talk today about the legendary Mickey Mantle. Okay, Mickey Mantle was a really good baseball player. He passed away in 1995 due to lung cancer. And before that, Mickey Mantle had a liver transplant, and then when he got the liver transplant, they had caught lung cancer. And they thought it was treatable early on, but they found out it spread more than expected. But Mickey Mantle was an excellent baseball player, and Mickey Mantle, the memorabilia, even nowadays, Mickey Mantle memorabilia is the highest memorabilia that's in demand of any player. So people want Mickey Mantle more memorabilia more than they do anything else. And Mickey Mantle had a career batting average of 298, and he would have had a career over 300 batting average, a career over 300 batting average, except his final season, when he probably should have already been retired, he hit 237, and that brought his batting average down to below 300. And Mickey Mantle was born and grew up in Commerce, Oklahoma, and he played football, baseball, and basketball, but his main passion was in baseball. And he was signed by the New York Yankees right out of high school. And Mickey Mantle, he played, and the reason the fans loved him, he played so well, but he put 110% into everything he did in baseball. He grinded his teeth. He gritted his teeth when he swung the bat because Mickey Mantle had so much passion for the game of baseball. And he had a lot of bone and joint problems, and he fractured about 18 different bone and joints during his career. So a lot of his career, he played hurt. He played not at 100%. Sometimes at the end of the game, he couldn't even lift his arm, the arm he hit with. And he had 536 career home runs. He tried to reach 600 home runs, but that didn't work out. And originally he had the number 6 because Babe Ruth was number 3, and then two other legendary New York Yankees were number 4 and 5. But so they had a lot of high expectations for him. Casey Stengel spoke a lot about Mickey Mantle when Mickey was first started in the major leagues. But Mickey Mantle had a very good spring training his rookie season and a very good first month. But after that, he steadily declined. And he was going to quit. And he met with his father. And his father was a foreman in the coal mines. That was his job. And he met with his father, and he thought his father was going to sympathize with him, but the father didn't. The father told him to quit whining, quit being a baby, go out there and play baseball. And to lessen the pressure, the New York Yankees gave Mickey Mantle the number 7. And that helped alleviate a lot of the pressure, and Mickey Mantle's career just skyrocketed after that. And Mickey Mantle could run. He was one of the fastest runners on the team. And a lot of children tried to emulate the way he ran. Later in his career, when Mickey Mantle had a lot of knee problems and knee injuries, children were faking knee injuries. That's how much of an idol Mickey Mantle was to a lot of people. And just the way he did things, apparently his smile was contagious. The way he took off his batting helmet when he got out and had to go back to the dugout, the way he took off his batting helmet, people just thought that was a very contagious way of doing things. That's why Mickey Mantle had a lot of endorsements. He had endorsements from Wheaties. He had endorsements from several other organizations. He did an ad for a cigarette company and then did an ad for a stop smoking campaign. That's just how much in demand Mickey Mantle was. And he met his wife in high school. His wife was a majorette, and he was a football, baseball, and basketball player. And she thought Mickey Mantle was very attractive. And they put roots and settled in Dallas, Texas. You know, they were from Commerce, Oklahoma. They settled in Dallas, Texas. But Mickey Mantle spent most of his time in New York because that's where he played. He played for the New York Yankees. And when he was forced to retire from baseball, he hated to do it, but when he was forced to retire, he tried a few businesses, but the businesses never took off. He took a job at a casino in Atlantic City, and because of that, he was banned from baseball completely when he had that job, but he needed the money. But finally, he found his place in selling Mickey Mantle memorabilia, and he made a good living that way. And Mickey Mantle and his wife, they had 4 sons, and Mickey Mantle's father was always there for him, but he was not always there for his kids, and he admitted that. He was playing baseball, and he was in some ways kind of like the kid who never grew up. Even though he put 110% in baseball, and even though he did really well in baseball and hit 536 home runs, 2 of those seasons he hit more than 50 home runs in a single season, he felt like he never did enough and that he could have always done better. And it bugged him that he didn't have a career 300 batting average, that his career batting average was 298. But when Mickey Mantle later on in his career, his kids, basically all his kids became alcoholics, and he used the drinking to try to connect with his kids when the kids were grown, because he didn't connect with the kids when the kids were growing up. And he developed a drinking problem. Well, he had a drinking problem when he started late night carousing and stuff in the New York nightclubs, but the drinking problem continued. And finally, at one point in his life, he checked into the Betty Ford Clinic and didn't tell his family, didn't tell anybody, but he went into the Betty Ford Clinic and he became clean and sober. And after he had his liver transplant, he became a promoter of organ donations, and he dedicated his life to promoting sobriety and also to promoting organ donations. And Mickey Mantle had his issues. He was a human. But he played baseball, and he was a very good baseball player, and he cleaned his act up later on in his life. So I highly admire Mickey Mantle. He gave it 110% out on the baseball field, and he could play baseball. And he became a better family man and all that later on in his life. So he had to bury one child. He died in 1995, but one of his children died in 1994 from a heart attack at 36, and it was from a combination, mostly from an unhealthy lifestyle of lots of drinking and partying. And Mickey Mantle was determined to try to do better for himself. But in some ways, it was too little, too late. But he wanted to show people tell people not to repeat a lot of the mistakes that he made. So God bless Mickey Mantle. He was a very good baseball player, and later on became a very, very good man. So anyways, hope everyone's doing well. Take care. God bless. Everybody. Bye-bye.